this is Full Game Prometheus, the only YouTuber that actually shows full games of all the tips and schemes that he posts on his channel. I'll show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm going to be showing you the next formation out of the Titans playbook, which essentially is a single back pair tight twins. This actually has got some phenomenally pretty good plays. There has been a play that actually has been floating around on YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and show this breakdown for you, but I'm going to show you how I basically would utilize this in a full scheme. This is going to be more of a pass-orientated under center formation than run-orientated, but it does have a very good run that you can go ahead and sprinkle in against your opponent. So let's go ahead and take a look at the two base plays and then the four audibles that we can jump into. All right, so basically the four audibles we're going to have is going to be the Titans spot stick, the halfback zone weak, which is going to be the only run that we're going to utilize. You've got the four verticals, which has got a nice little running back route underneath, and you've got the play action fork. Now the plays that we're going to utilize in this scheme to go ahead and try to attack our opponent is going to be the under. I like this play because the tight end just gets in really weird places, and you've got a lot of underneath routes that you can go ahead and force your opponent to defend against. And then the other play we're going to take a look at is going to be play action Titan shot. This is a big play opportunity that can really catch your opponent off guard if he's not prepared for it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the under, and then we'll take a look at the play action Titan shot, and then all the audibles that go with it. All right, so we're going to take a look at the play under first, and this particular play is actually is a very unique play, and really my first read of all, even though you have the red icon by the number 2 wide receiver right that's actually highlighted, you're really going to be looking at the next level, which you're going to be looking at Walker. Walker is going to be your first read, and if defenders float up to him, you're going to go ahead and check it down to the wide receiver on the drag route because there's going to be nobody in the area. But my first progression is going to be Walker, my number 1 wide receiver, or actually number 1 read, because what's going to happen is if defenders come down and defend this drag route, he is going to be wide open over the top. So let's just go ahead and show you how he gets wide open with that play right here. So let's go ahead and jump into instant replay. I'm going to show you why I was able to go and make that play. So he's going to be our first progression, and we're going to see what happens with the defenders. Now, as you can see right here, these defenders, they're forced to go ahead and basically check down to these complementary routes. It's going to be this drag route right here that's actually going to bring a defender down. He cheats down to him. And the other defender on the backside that should take away a crossing route over the middle is going to go ahead and cheat down right here because he's going to have to take away this running back. So if they cheat down, if they don't have over top coverage, what's going to happen is this area of the field is going to be wide open for an easy completion. So basically you got the little drag route, you've got this little check down with the running back that you can throw the ball to too, but really that focus is going to be going over the middle, especially if you're dealing with a lot of cover two guys that like to use a lot of cover 2. Those are going to be it's going to be attacking those people right there because they have to stop that tight end position, and they have to check. They've got to go ahead and take care of the outside. The backside corner route, yeah, if you're getting a lot of man coverage, you can hit that for a big play, but it's something I'm not going to look for. I'm going to force my opponents to go ahead and defend the underneaths and then the middle in this particular formation because that's where basically I'm going to get a lot of my big plays from. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the next play, which is going to be the play action Titan shot, and that's going to be really attacking our opponent deep, and it's also going to be attacking him off to the right hand side. All right, so the next play we're going to take a look at is going to be the play action Titan shot, and basically this is going to be attacking our opponent off to the right hand side at levels concept at a very deep level. So this is going to be a big play opportunity. We're going to streak up a number 2 wide receiver, and conversely we can streak up a number 1 wide receiver. And I like to go ahead and cancel the running back auto motion. I don't want to do the play action with a single play just because I don't want to get tied up into that, especially if my opponent blitzes at least one of his 6 blitzers. So my progression is going to be looking at tight end number 1, Walker, once again, see what happens with the smart route. On man coverage, he should be wide open. If no defenders actually float in that area, I'm going to go and throw it. If not, I'm going to go ahead and progress over to my number 2 wide receiver, which is right, and you see him doing that yellow crossing route. That's going to be my next progression. So right here is man, it's a speed out. That's going to be an easy completion for a good 10 yards right there. So once again, same kind of a look. And in this particular situation, you're going to go ahead and wait for the crossing route. As you can see right there, that's the huge play that we're looking for. This is really going to be 2 reads. We're going to read this guy right here and see if a defender falls in his area. As you can see, he's actually bracketed in coverage, but they come biting down. If I just wait long enough, I've got enough time, especially considering I'm blocking 6, I should have enough time. He's going to get in an area of the field that's going to be wide open for an easy completion. So this defender was in the area, but that was actually, he was letting him run by because he just didn't, the ball wasn't released, and then once the ball was released, he had to make a break on the ball. So that's how I was able to pick up a good 20-yard gain on this under center play. So with the play action shot and with the under, you're forcing, you're attacking your opponent on the inside, in the middle. You've got him off to the right. So now you want to go ahead and try to attack your opponent off the left-hand side. You can actually hit him with the play action fork. And I'm actually going to run this play stock. I'm not going to change anything. I'm actually going to leave the play action in it. And I'm making 2 progressions. I'm going to go ahead and take the ball off to the running back for the easy completion if it's man coverage. So if no defender actually floats over there, I'm going to go ahead and attack the flat. But if a defender actually floats down, I've also got this. I've got some of these different progressions up the middle where I can actually go and attack my opponent. So as you can see right there, I actually went ahead and just shot it up to the deep post. But really, it's just a levels concept that's very difficult to go ahead and stop against your opponent. Let's go ahead and take a look at the progressions on why I hit the deep post. So my first progression is going to be running back, and if nobody falls on the area, I can go and dump that down for an easy completion. Then my next progression is going to be this wide receiver right here. As you can see, he's a good 15 yards deep, and if a defender is actually playing down to the running back, he should be wide open. Now, if he's getting blanket coverage, I know that I've got one-on-one coverage against this defender right here against the deep post, and nobody's going to be in that area to go and take that away because I've got a delayed route over here by this backside guy. This is a good play to use against your opponent if they like to do cover 2 because you've got that deep post route that you can actually attack him if he jumps into cover 2. And if he does hard flats, you've also got that C route on the top right there that you can actually hit him with. So a good play to go ahead and break down those cover 2s if your opponent's using a lot of cover 2s against you. So let's go ahead and jump into some of the other audibles. In particular, let's just take a look at the run. The run's very simple to run. It's just a weak zone, and if you get the numbers, you just go ahead and take it. And what's great about you having an inside run, you can actually flip it to either side. You're obviously going to have more blocking off to the right side because you've got a tight end. And if you wanted to give yourself an extra blocker, you just go ahead and just motion your guy over. It's kind of a tell right there, but it's just another way to go ahead and attack your opponent, make him force him to go ahead and defend the run. The other adjustments, the other audibles that we have is going to be, well, obviously just showed you the fork, but you've got the 4 verticals and you got the tighten spot. Now a tighten spot is not necessarily a play I'm going to go ahead and jump into a lot, but what I'm going to do is instead of my guy being on that delayed release and they're basically going into the same area, what I'm going to do is I'm going to streak them up. And my progressions are going to be Matthews, and then I'm going to be looking at Fasano underneath. Now, Matthews is going to be in a spot route, and if your opponent's doing over the top coverage, that spot route should be fairly open. Another thing too is that if you have an out slash slant like this, with the way this route is actually set up, basically he's going to be clearing out a zone for you where you can pick up an easy completion for 5 yards because the defenders actually have to fall back and actually honor that. So that's what's good about that too. So you can look to the running back underneath if a defender doesn't float underneath there, but really this is not going to be a play I'm going to call too much. I would prefer to do the 4 verticals, and with the 4 verticals I'm going to do probably the following adjustment. I'm going to go ahead and drag up my backside wide receiver and just look for the mix between the running back and between the wide receiver and just hit whoever is down there on the bottom right there. So in this particular situation, you got the cross underneath. I'm going to force my opponent to go ahead and defend the flat. So that's how I'd actually go ahead and run that. And if my opponent is running a lot of coverage, he's running a lot of cover 2 coverage, I might be able to go ahead and hit him in the seam right there against him. Right there, I just forced the ball just for this breakdown. So this is how I'm going to use the singleback pair tight twins, breaking my opponent down with the under, with the play action tighten shot, running into a halfback zone. Then I also have got the play action fork as ways to go ahead and attack my opponent with play action plays either on the left or the right hand side, especially just going to get him away from cheating. So I'm going to be attacking both different sides of the field and not trying to show him too much, and still have the inside run that I can hit him with if he starts opening up the box for me. So to my subscribers, I hope you guys like this breakdown. I'll go ahead and be showing this in some live gameplay. If you guys subscribe to my channel, if you're new to my channel, if you saw this breakdown and you want to see how it works against live opponents, my recommendation is to hit the subscribe button. Once again, I really appreciate all the support, the comments, the likes, and watching my gameplay. And I'm breaking out some more plays out of this Titans playbook, so you guys can see some more additional schemes that I'll be using in my online gameplay. So thanks a lot for support, and until next time.